Hello there. Welcome back to the Lynchburg Arms YouTube channel. We're going to do something a little different today with the Will It Sicario thing. We are breaking the first rule of the internet. We are reading the comments. We are diving deep. We're going to put you on blast. We're going to put ourselves on blast. We're going to have a blast. So, we're just going to first and foremost say, y'all don't have a sense of humor. This whole series is just nonsense. Oh, hey, do one thing. I'm not just talking to myself this time. Caleb's actually there. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, good. We got it. You got it. This whole series is meant to be silly. It's what a lot, and you know who you are out there. You would do this with your friends. If you're out shooting into trash, you're going to be trying to bum fire. You're going to be joking around, having fun. That's all this is. It is a shameless attempt to get views for YouTube, and it's working. So I would say. So for all you people who are taking it too seriously, take a breath, take a step back. What's the old suspension of disbelief there, and just realize that there is a group of guys behind the camera ensuring that we just have the appearance of chaotic nonsense. We joke, we play about all this, but this is stuff that we never would allow here at the range. And really, no range that's worth the salt would allow you to do this. That's why we're doing it. So you can kind of live out that vicariously, seeing like, man, I wonder if this thing could bump fire. We're just having fun. That's all. We want you guys to have fun as well. But yeah, I think it would be fun to go through and kind of get some raw takes on what some of the people are saying here. First, I think we should address the elephant in the room, because by far our most commented topic was the lack of iPro. Yeah, we know. Part of that is, again, just for the show. A lot of popular gun tubers have not used iPro in their most infamous or famous videos. So I hope you're commenting on their pages as well, that they're not doing it. Again, can accidents happen in a split second? Absolutely, but we've taken every step to make sure that, nothing can go wrong. And also just remember, semi-pro, no iPro. So there you go, no iPro. Except you get your iPro today, which is very good.
These are my spectacles.
Ah, yes, okay. Don't forget your wallet and wallet. The second most common topic was, Liam, how do you know? So, enlighten the audience. They want to know. How do you know you'll get kicked out if you try the Sicario?
So, many years ago, I was testing out a new pistol. I had just bought a surplus pistol, as I love surplus. And I was shooting some rather decrepit, we'll say, ammo through it. And on my last magazine at a range I was at, again, many years ago, doesn't exist anymore, which is probably why they don't exist anymore.
Was that the one that was on the safest side of the town?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool, all right.
So I decided to try and see if I could bump fire the pistol at a very short range. I believe it was about 10-yard range. And I said, you know what? Whatever, let me see. I saw this in a movie once, so bang, bang, and then the pistol had an out of battery because of this decrepit ammo. Got some shrapnel in my face and hand. The pistol was destroyed beyond repair. And then after they made sure I was okay, I was asked to please never return. So that's how I know.
That's how you know. Joke's on them. You actually did return, but in a different way. Isn't that it's kind of weird how that works out? Yeah. So let's go in. I've curated a few here that we'd like your hot take on. This one I'm gonna kind of start off with a little bit, just to answer, and feel free to add. The rest will be more towards you. This is an email we got from Joe. That says, I'm sorry, but you need to look up the word Sicario before using it. That I'd a term used by a hitman, and you are promoting violence. First and foremost, I am reading these for punctuation and grammar. As you see, we're going to throw these up there for you guys to follow along with. But yeah, we know what the word Sicario means. We are referencing it from a movie that came out called Sicario, Day of the Soldado thing. I always forget, the subtitle. Anyways, one of the character bump fires a pistol into a crooked lawyer or drug kingpin. I can't remember.
He does this by placing the pistol in his left hand, taking his right pointer finger, placing it within the trigger guard, and bumping it off of the trigger of the Beretta M92.
Yes. And just trying to market a video series that is about bump firing.
A shtick, if you will.
A shtick. A gimmick. We figured it sounded better to say, will it Sicario? A brand even, yes. We figured it sounded better if will it Sicario versus will
Watch
it
a
bump
bunch
fire?
of fat guys bump fire guns into a
Into a berm.
pit.
Yeah, which, I like the sound of will it Sicario better.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, thank you for expressing your concern. We know we're not promoting violence, but maybe we are in a way. We are merchants of death. We are selling a violent product. That's another conversation for another day. Let's move on. This one is from Steve B.I. This was posted on your Ruger Mini 14 Sicario video, and he writes, quote, I can relate to much of what Father said here. The Byzantine Rite is deep. It seems that Pope Leo XIV recognizes some of this too. I've been Orthodox for nearly 20 years, a convert who got to Orthodoxy through Catholicism. I responded well to the mystical Eastern tradition, and I love it. But I also have been touched by Catholicism and love it too. I have found some of it very helpful as well. My opinion isn't popular among my fellow Orthodox, but I hate the great schism between East and West and remain convinced that whatever we schismed over could have and should have been resolved together. The Orthodox West did and does have their own spiritual practices that are fruitful for many of their faithful, and some of the most Christian and humble people I ever met were Roman Catholics who were instrumental to my own journey to Orthodoxy. Man, that was a wrong sentence. What do you think? What's your take on that and how that relates to the Ruger Mini 14?
So personally, I have my own theories on the great schism between Eastern and Western Orthodoxy that the Vatican is portraying.
Okay.
However, I believe this personal anecdote from this young man was as the kids call an r/schizo post.
Yes, I would agree.
I believe he accidentally dropped this in his YouTube comment section rather than in a group chat on,
Take your meds, schizo.
on the Reddit or not.
Insert red eyes there. That's awesome. At survey_these.67 says, the mustache tells me everything I need to know about this dude's professionalism.
Mm-hmm. Like Magnum PI.
In the same vein, at Tinazilla.
Or maybe more like Magnum BMI, but
That's so stupid. At Timezilla says, something is off here. The horseshoe stash doesn't jive with the speech impediment. Maybe be better at Pokemon content.
Well, I've never been diagnosed with a speech impediment. However, Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard? What about him?
You know.
Okay. So keep an eye out for Liam's follow-up channel of exclusive Pokemon content. At Aaron Dalton-PY3PQ says, I can never get through this straight. Hold on, let me try this again. I don't know. I just can't do this. All right.
He's also cold reading these to me, so I don't know what to say.
At Aaron Dalton-PY3PK says, what a homosexual.
First of all, those accusations have never been proven.
Never. Second of all, what happens at SHOT Show hotel room stays in SHOT Show.
What happens at that SHOT Show bar stays at that SHOT Show bar.
Yes, that's right. At Marco Corralt J says, bro, are king-size trout. Hell yeah, dude.
Trout will just look at this and say, hell yeah.
At SE Squad 5406 says, wow, milked the trigger. Junior high school stuff. I'm underwhelmed.
Milked like a cow or like an almond?
I don't know. I feel like you may have heard I'm underwhelmed a few times in the past. That was what we call low-hanging fruit. At Dane_man says, TF did I just watch? And if you look at his picture, you would really be saying,
Oh!
TF did I just look at? That's rough. See a doctor about that. They probably need some help. At dfalk4122 says, this guy is the epitome of an SKS owner.
Well, it's a bad comment because he has to tell what kind of SKS. You see, there's several types. There's the Chinese M pattern, there's the Chinese paratrooper pattern, there's the Yugoslavian, there's the Serbian. Albanian, correct.
Romanian.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
The original Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else? There is the Polish.
North Korean.
East German, Vietnamese. And the Capco.
The F did I just watch? At Survivalist 3030, you're nowhere close to professional. LMAO, you use two hands. WTF?
Professional, however your name's Survivalist.
Obviously can't spell too, because nowhere is the word no space wear, as in I wear these clothes.
Autism.
At Johan Rajan 6357 says, Roosevelt at it again. I like that. I like you being the modern reincarnation of Teddy Roosevelt.
Been called worse by better people.
Bringing back the Bull Moose Party. At Jake LaPointe.
Well, the Bull Moose means something totally different now than it did in Teddy Roosevelt's time. So.
Ping bong. You ain't lying about that. And Jake LaPointe says, a semi-trained professional? I'm glad I'm watching this from the other side of the screen, laugh emoji.
Rather than being the lawyer on the floor?
I don't know. Or maybe the guy what we're shooting into in the trap. Ayo. Yeah. At Baka Monkey, let me get this right again. At Baka Monkey Fun 1593 says, one finger speed firing a gun with real rounds is different than speed firing a gun that's shooting movie blanks. That's why it runs like Polymer 80 with shoddy binary trigger. That was in relation to the Uncle John's 1911.
Well, it's also because it's a 1911.
Well, that too, but we're not using blanks. Everything is live ammo. We've not used blanks. The gun would not cycle in most cases. Although I do love the comment underneath there. Our company called Advanced Weapon Technology selling a design nearly 115 years old is crazy.
This guy gets it.
That guy gets it. Yeah,
this guy gets it.
That was that has me cackling. Those were just some selected comments. How do you feel right now? What's going through your mind?
Seems like it was the top echelon of the tards in our comment section.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that they weren't a little harsher, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. That's the thing, you know.
I mean, it's like, be more original. Yes, and anyone can comment about the iPro. Do something different.
Yeah. You can be mean. We don't care. But be original.
Yes, be original. We'll laugh at it. Well, anyways, this was fun. Be creative with your mean comments, and we'll do this again. Or maybe not. Maybe this was a flash in the pan. I don't know. Anything else?
That's it.
Bye.